Hello everyone, welcome to Homework Help. If you find the videos useful, please subscribe to the channel. So in this video, we'll solve this word problem using the concepts of linear systems. So as per the problem, a health food company packs almond butter in jars. So some jars hold 250 gram, other jars hold 500 gram. On Tuesday, the company packed 186.5 kilogram of almond butter in 511 jars. And how many jars of each size did they pack? So in this problem, we need to find how many 250 gram jars and how many 500 gram jars did the company use on Tuesday to pack 186.5 kilogram of almond butter. So for that, we'll have to write equations, and for equations, we need variables. So the first step is to define variables for number of 250 gram jars and number of 500 gram jars. So the variables can be, so let x represent the number of 250 gram jars used, and y can represent the number of 500 gram jars used. So as per the problem, they used a total number of 511 jars. So that means our first equation can be x plus y equals 511. Now the other piece of information given in the problem is that they packed a total of 186.5 kilogram of almond butter. Now the other weights given in the problem are in grams, 250 gram and 500 gram. But the total weight is given to us in kilograms. So the first thing we should do is to convert 186.5 kilogram to grams. And for that, we should use the conversion rate between kilograms and grams, which is 1 kilogram equal 1000 grams. So we should multiply 186.5 kilogram by 1000 gram over 1 kilogram. So we keep the kilogram in the denominator so that we are able to cancel out the kilogram units. And now we just have to multiply 186.5 by 1000 gram, which is equal to 186,500 gram. So this is the total weight of almond butter packed on Tuesday. So now we can write our second equation. So the total weight of almond butter in 250 gram jars will be 250x, because x is the number of 250 gram jars used. And then the total almond butter in y jars will be 500 y, because each of those jars hold 500 gram of almond butter. And the total weight will be 186,500. So this is our second equation. Now we have to solve these two equations to find the values of x and y. Now before we solve these equations, we should reduce the second equation by dividing each term by 250. So if we do that, so the 250s in the x term cancel each other out, and in the y term, so 500 over 250 is equal to 2, and then 186,500 divided by 250 is equal to 746. So now we can rewrite our equations. So we get x plus y equals 500. That's the first equation. And now the second equation becomes x plus 2y equals 746. Now we can solve these two equations. So in these two equations, the x terms have a coefficient 1. So if we subtract these equations, the x terms will cancel each other out. So by subtracting these equations, so the x terms go away, and now we can subtract the y terms. So y minus 2y is equal to negative 1y equals, now we have to do 511 minus 746, which is equal to negative 235. And now we can isolate y by dividing both sides by negative 1. So the negative ones will cancel each other out on the left side, and we get y equals 235. So that's the number of 500-gram jar. Now we have to find the value of x. So for that, we'll sub in y as 235 in our first equation. So x plus 235 equals 511. Now in order to isolate x, we should subtract 235 from both sides. So the 235s on the left side cancel each other out, and we get x equals 511 minus 235, which is equal to 276. So the company used 276 250-gram jars. So these are the steps you have to keep in mind to solve a problem like this one. So it's very important to first understand the situation described in the problem, and then we describe the variables, and then we use the variables to write the equations. And in this problem, we had to convert the unit of kilogram to grams, so that we use the same equation throughout the equation for the weight of almond butter. So I hope you'll find this video useful. Please share it, like it, and subscribe to Homework Help. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye.